Alrighty, everybody. We are on to race number 3 here this evening of ERC NASCAR. And we are racing at the Iowa Speedway, the fastest short track on the planet. And the infield of dreams. My name is Matthew Chase on the broadcast here this evening as we get ready to have our first short track of the season, Iowa Speedway and 0.88 mile D oval. A little bit larger than Richmond, and feels like it's a lot faster than Richmond as well. These guys will be going, and gals, will be going 175 laps this evening with 3 additional sets of tires. No fast repair, with stages sitting at laps number 35 and 70. So it'll be a nice long run to the end of this race tonight. 77-degree ambient temperature with a fair bit of wind, 7 miles an hour, with a clear sky, and a track temp of 95 degrees Fahrenheit will be the stage for round 3 of ERC NASCAR, the Iowa 175. Took a look at the race results last week as I was not around, but Tyler Helsel once again getting the race win. His second of the season so far. We've had 2 races. He's doing pretty good for himself. Dylan Banks came in second place, started 26th, so a great run there for Dylan. And then Mason Tomlinson finished in 3rd. He's having a great start to the season as well. A 2nd place and 3rd place finish, respectively. Jack Andrews started in 2nd and finished in 4th. And then Ty Higginbotham rounding out the top 5 in last week's race. Let's take a look at the track right now and see where we are at. Ryan McClurg in the number 43 is fastest so far. He's got himself a 22.786. Right behind him on pace right now, Jose Mercado nipping at his heels with a 22.791. A little loose there off of turn 4 for Jose. Higginbotham not on track right now, sitting down pit road right behind his teammate of Mercado in the number 45. He is sitting at a 22.793. 4th fastest, the number 31 of William Kern. He's run a 22.799, just barely inside the 22.8s. And then 5th fastest right now, Mason Tomlinson in the number 4 car. Teammate to Mercado and Higginbotham. He rounds out the top 5 with an 22.802. We got just a couple of minutes left in the practice session as well. Let's see if anybody can improve their time through the rest of this practice session or not. It's going to be an interesting race here on this short track. First one of the season. Definitely something to look at. Who's going to be able to bring those skills when it comes to the short tracks, and who's going to be able to put themselves in a position to lock themselves in to the playoff with a victory. So far, one driver, the only one to do it. That is Tyler Helsel, who has been able to do it. Speaking of the number 5 car, he sits in 16th fastest so far in the practice session. I seem to remember him saying that he wasn't very confident on Iowa, if I remember right, from the Daytona race. So definitely not one of his tracks that he was looking to do very well. So we'll see what happens. But into qualifying we go. First one to leave pit road is Chris Romano in the number 51. So we'll see what the 51's got for Iowa Speedway. Late arc down into turns 1 and 2. Trying to get back on throttle as fast as he can is Romano. Again, late arc, gets on it, and off of turn 4. First one on the post is Romano with a 22.938. Hanneman with a 23.2. Let's hop on with Mason. Was showing 5th fastest in practice. Tomlinson sits at a 22.775. Fountaine at the top of the post right now with a 22.770. See what Tomlinson's got for Fountaine. Off of 4. And across the line he goes. And a 22.723. Andrews pops up over Tomlinson. Let's take a look at what Jack Andrews has going in the number 97. And Andrews with a 7.18. Second lap, not faster. Ryan McClurg out in the front of the field now with a 6.42. William Kern also jumping up, as well as Higginbotham. Both of those guys jumping over Andrews into the top 3. Brandon Biddy running his second lap right now in the number 2. Currently 16th. We'll see, can Biddy improve his time? And it does not look like he was able to. Fahey across the line here in the number 17. Will jump up into the top 10 right there with a great lap, a 7.51. Troy Burke out there on his first lap. We'll see if the 47 can climb up to the top 10. That is the completion of his first lap. And Burke up to 15th. Trying to complete the second lap here for the 47. 22.89 last lap. This lap, a little quicker, 7.9. And up to P11 for Troy Burke. Corey Rayner in the 00 on his second lap, as is Chris Walsh. Rayner's lap. Big time improvement up to P5 for Corey Rayner with a 22.723. And Chris Walsh up to 13th position in the number 83 car. And we have a couple drivers not qualifying right now. And only about a minute left. So we will take a quick break here. When we come back, we will start with the starting grid for the Iowa 175. We will be right back. Alrighty, here we are. Grid set up, ready to go with your pole sitter, the number 43 of Ryan McClurg. A 22.642, a great lap there from Ryan. And starting to the outside of row number 1 is William Kern in the number 31 car. Just 34 thousandths behind, we'll say, in P2. That's your front row. Ty Higginbotham in the 45. And Jack Andrews round out row 2. Inside row 3 is Mason Tomlinson, and Corey Rayner in the 00 will be to the outside of row number 3. Mike Fahey in the number 17. Looks like the 19 tonight, though, is going to be on the inside of row number 4, with Randall Peasley in the 63 outside of that same row. The 00 of Ryan, I'm going to butcher it, Koch. If I'm wrong, he'll let me know. In 9th position, with Bryce Fontaine running out the top 10 for the starting grid. Ray Hanneman, the number 85, starts in P11 inside row number 6, with Troy Burke in the 47 to his outside. Chris Walsh will start in row number 7, for the number 83 car, and he will be 13th, with Jose Mercado to his outside and the number 41 running out that row. Row number 8 has Nolan McClurgan, the number 6, and your 2-time winner this season, Tyler Helsel, starting in 16th position. Ross Campoli in the 46 starts inside of row number 9, with Tyler Manning in the number 14 to the outside of that row. Row 10, the number 2 car of Brandon Biddy, representing breast cancer awareness here with the pink deuce. And to his outside, Chris Romano in the number 51, starting P20. And then we've got Paul Soda Jr. I believe that's the last name. He will be in the 38 car, starting P21, with Gregory Vadney in the 24, starting in 22nd. 23rd has Natasha Baudouin. If I say that wrong, I'm sorry, Tasha. And to the outside of row number 12 is Justin Lanier in the number 25. Raymond Bell starts P25. Chad Stewart in the number 70 will be in 26th. CD Mangrum not on the grid right now, but if he makes it back, he will be starting in the 27th position. And then Nick Anderson in 28th place. And then shotgun on the field, Joseph Hebert, rounding out the field for the Iowa 175. We'll see what these drivers have for this D oval. You know they're ready to go racing for sure. And it should be an exciting night of racing here. 175 laps should tick off pretty quickly, if I had to guess. Get the corn, everybody's saying. While we wait, we'll take a look at the standings so far. So Tyler Helsel does have the two race wins in the regular season, leading the points with 114. Well out in front, was very dominant at Nashville Super Speedway last week. Jack Andrews sits in second in the points with 84. Ty Higginbotham in third with 82. Mason Tomlinson in fourth with 80, with two good runs in the regular season. And then Ray Hanneman in fifth place at 69 points. Nice. Tyler Manning sits in sixth with 64. CD Mangrum, he moved up 4 spots after the race last week. He sits with 62 in seventh. Bryce Fontaine, after a disappointing Daytona, comes back and has a very strong race at Nashville Super Speedway. He sits in 8th. Dylan Banks in 9th, up 19 positions with 58 points. And then Adam Williams running out the top 10, up 14 points from last week with 54. Fahey and Burke and Campoli all right there along that bubble as well for the top 12. These drivers are ready to go. And the pace car's lights are off, so that should be diving down. Never mind, next lap. It is a 2-lap pace because of the short track. I was going to say, it looked like it might have been diving down this time, but next time. This time by, they'll be going green flag racing with Ryan McClurg and William Kern leading him to the green flag. Higginbotham and Andrews right behind the front row. Green flag flies. And off of turn 2, it is Ryan McClurg securing the lead. Made a great pass on Kern. And immediately starts to build a gap out over second place William Kern. Ever since the repave, this track is not as bumpy down in turn 1. There was always a very, very hard bump you would get just as you crested into turn 1. Couple too wide racing back there. Fahey involved in that. Hanneman looking to get by in the number 85. Corey Rayner starting to fall back as well. Back 5 positions from the start of the race in the 00 car. He's to the outside of the 6 of Nolan McClurg, and he's actually going to catch the wall out of turn 4 a little bit as well. He's back all the way to the 12th position, down 6 spots now from the start. The other one that's fallen way back is Jose Mercado, back 14 positions to the 28th spot on the running grid. Last on track for the 41. Kern starting to reel in Ryan McClurg as well. But these top 2 starting to separate from third a little bit. 0.6 the gap between Kern and Higginbotham. And it looks like Tomlinson's looking to the inside of Hanneman. Hanneman going to try to have some momentum off of turn 2, though, and make the pass around the outside. Does do so. But Ray Hanneman up to P6. And he's got his sights set on the 07, who's right in front of him. Andrews battling to the outside of the 07 as well. And still a good battle going on here on the fringe top 5. As Hanneman dives deep down to the inside on the 07 and puts himself up to the top 5. Hanneman up 7 spots on the event so far. He's going to get by Andrews as well for P4. Hanneman really looking to move forward at the start of this race. McClurg has started to separate once again from Kern, out to half a second over P2 now. And Fahey back under attack from Fontaine, who is looking to move forward as well. Bryce up to P9. Fahey has only fallen 1 spot from the start. And Bryce going to utilize that outside to his advantage. He's going to make the pass down into turn 1. Nolan looking to follow him through. As Nolan McClurg gets to the outside of Fahey as well. Looks like he will complete that pass over Fahey. McClurg up to P9. He's up 6 spots on the night so far. But Fahey's looking to try to battle back and try to get back into the top 10, or into the 9th place as well. Fahey still sits in the top 10. Mercado starting to move his way back up through the field. He's up to 23rd. So he's already gained a handful of positions. 5, we'll call it. Biddy, he sits in 16th right now. He's got Tyler Manning right on his tail as well. Started 19th, up to the 16th position is Biddy. And Nolan McClurg actually, he was able to get by Ryan Koch as well. So Nolan McClurg now up 7 spots from the start as well to P8. Hanneman's drive forward has stalled since he got to P4, as he hasn't been able to chase down Higginbotham at all. And now under attack from Andrews, who looks to the outside down into turn 1. Thinks better of it, though. Race leader Ryan McClurg has led every one of them so far through the halfway point of stage 1. And he's been able to maintain that gap to P2. William Curran sits just about 1 1/10 of a second back. Down into 1 seems like the advantage gains even more. But on exit, Curran has been able to get more back. Hanneman back under attack, it looked like for a second, but oh, Andrews a little bit loose down the front straightaway. Can Tomlinson take advantage, try to make something happen for the number 4? And the 63 of Randall Peasley has gotten himself back up into the top 10. He's gotten by Ryan Koch as well. Fahey was able to make his way through and sticks in P9. And back here, 24th position is the 24 car, Gregory Vadnai, with Raymond Bell right in front of him. These two battling for 21st. Started near the back of the field, and they've 23rd, excuse me, not 21st. These two battling from the back of the field right now. Nicholas Anderson's up 6 spots from the start of the race. Started 28th, sits in 22nd. Slowly and methodically making the 55 car get towards closer and closer towards the front. Looks like there might have been something happening there. There's something definitely happening back here as Mason Tomlinson has relinquished the sixth position to Bryce Fontaine, and now looks like he's going to have to relinquish P7 as well to Nolan McClurg, who is really making a move towards the front as well, up 8 spots on the night so far. Out front, though, don't look now. Ryan McClurg's got a car in the mirror growing, and it is William Kern. He's gotten that gap down underneath 0.6 of a second. This time by 10 to go in stage number 1. Seems like a 2-horse race for the stage win. Will trying to chase him down, driving it hard down into turn 3. Fontaine and Andrews battling hard for P4. No, sorry, P5. Fontaine's to the inside, trying to make a work around the inside. And it looks like the 12 will make the pass for 5th. And Nolan McClurg looking to make it happen as well for P6 over Andrews. Fahey looks to the inside of the number 4 as well for P8. 6 to go here in stage 1. McClurg has done a good job of maintaining the gap between 0.5 and 0.4 for most of the last few laps. And once again, entry speed definitely favoring McClurg. And then Will able to pull him back down the straightaways. 5 more trips around Iowa before the end of stage 1. Not sure what happened to Corey Rayner. Zero looks like he's got some damage to the nose. And Chris Walsh also a lap down as well. He came down pit road. Andrews now back to 7th, which means McClurg and Fontaine both got by. And Fahey has gotten by Tomlinson as well, looking to try to make one more spot up before the green and white checker flag flies for stage 1. Two more laps. McClurg still leads the way. Has led every lap so far. Going around one more time for Ryan McClurg. With a little scuff on the wall, out of 4 that time. And off of turn 4, looks like Ryan McClurg going to get the stage win here in stage number 1. William Kern in second, Higginbotham third, Hanneman, Fountain, Nolan McClurg, Jack Andrews, Mike Fahey, Mason Tomlinson, and Randall Peasley, your top 10 in stage number 1. Road should be open here. Everybody coming down pit road to top off with Sunoco Race Fuel and Goodyear Eagles. And the battle off pit road. The top 2 stay pat. The top 3 stay pat even. Oh, but a penalty. No, Ryan McClurg got a penalty, which is going to leave William Kern to the race lead. Well, we're going to grab our stage 1 winner, Ryan McClurg. How you feeling after? I see you got a penalty. I know that's probably not what you wanted.
No, I was just talking to my son about that. I was like, no. but yeah, it was a good run. It feels good. But definitely tell at the end there what my tires were wore out. Let's see what it wasn't too bad. It says my right front was 47% there. So
I've seen worse. I've seen worse. I had a right front go to 25%. But how you feeling going into stage 2 here now, having to work your way back up from the back?
I don't know. I think I'll be okay. I feel like I got a good grip on this track. I love this track. I really like this track, and I'm pretty good at it. So we'll see. I think I'll be okay, but we'll just have to wait and see. Once you catch the leader, though, that first spot, is track position is king. You just having that. Aero advantage is massive. So
absolutely. Well, good luck here in stage 2 and going forward. We'll get you back with your team and hopefully talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Ryan McClurg, stage 1 winner, has led 37 laps and had led every single one of them up to the point of getting that penalty on pit road. And we'll have to battle his way back from the rear of the field now. That's great news there for William Kern, though, as he will get the control of the field as we go back to green flag. Pace car going to dive off here. And into the restart zone we go for William Kern. He's got control. Green flag flies. And he rips away on the bottom. And a great jump there for Hanneman as well, as he's going to get out to P2. Higginbotham is able to stay pat on the high side and stick in third. But he's got Nolan McClurg now challenging for that third position. Nolan going to fall in line into fourth. Fountaine right behind him in 5th. Battle for the race lead. Ray Hanneman looks to the inside. Hanneman going to stick where he's at for now. Fountaine also now looking to the inside on Andrews off of turn 4. He continues looking to the inside. Hanneman also looking to the inside of the race leader. Trying to get out front is the 85, and it's again a kind of a situation there where entry speed better for the car, not the 31. And then the exit speed benefiting the driver on the high side in William Kern, as he will continue to lead laps here at Iowa. Andrews has cleared himself of Fountaine, who's still under attack from Fahey behind. Right in front, though, the battle for 3rd is on. Nolan McClurg looking to the inside once again, down into turn 1. 6 car looks to clear, and will do so. He gets Higginbotham up to P3 for the number 6, up 12 spots on the race. Anderson to the inside, back here, around the top 15. He looks to the inside of Biddy, does the 55. He's up 15 spots so far. He sits in 13th place. And Jose Mercado, we saw him, oh, we got a spinner. Raymond Bell, the caution will fly. I just caught him out of the corner of my eye as it was happening. We'll go back and take a look at it. A little loose off of 4, gets down on the apron, just comes back onto the racing surface. No damage. I couldn't tell if he had any contact there. He had the 38 of Paul Jr. So we'll go back here and try to take a look at it. Yeah, there might have been a little bit of contact there. Maybe just a touch of net code. And then a little bit of contact. Got the 26 a little bit loose there. And just couldn't never get it back under control as it wanted to break loose immediately. And then he was able to lock it down and not get any damage on that car. So 26, not in a bad way. Just a little bit of heat in those tires. Second caution, first for cause on the evening. And Corey Rayner still sitting down on pit road, multiple laps down. The other one on pit road right now is Joseph Hebert. And he just went a lap down as well. And Chris Walsh, actually a few laps down. I didn't realize it. But 6 laps down, gets one back there. Ooh, Corey Rayner actually was able to get out there, but definitely going to be battling from way behind. About 9-10 laps down. Lights should be going off on the pace car this time around. Indeed, they are. Pace car dives down. William Kern going to have control of the field here. As the green flag flies, he will rip away on the bottom. A great jump for the 31. Hanneman will fall in line, P2. Nolan McClurg jumps out to third. Hanneman back on attack. As we're going to look back here, Nolan McClurg does get clear for third. Higginbotham on the outside, and another caution flies this time. Tyler Manning involved in this one. In the number 14 car. And don't look now, but another bit of contact there between himself, somebody, and the 38 car. We'll see if we can take a look and see if there actually was contact involved or not. It looks like that was the case. Oh, yeah. And around goes the 14. Oh, contact, hard shot there from the 24. And not sure what kind of damage Vadnais is going to have. Tyler Manning, though, going to have some damage on the door for sure. But contact between himself and the 38 starts that whole thing off. And that's unfortunate. So Hebert will get his lap back here. Second caution for cause here. Both of those have come in this second stage. Stage 1 was the Ryan McClurg show. Stage 2 so far has been the William Kern show. He's had challenges there from Ray Hanneman. Take a look, see if anything's changed so far. Really, just not really. Though the wind died down a little bit. 77-degree ambient temperature. The clouds have started to come in just a touch. And the humidity up just a little bit as well. So far, 56 laps, 3 cautions. One of those was the stage caution. This time by the pace car will dive off. We'll be back under the green flag. Will Hanneman be able to stick with William Kern this time? Will got a great jump last restart. And this one, much of the same. Hanneman having to deal with Nolan McClurg on the inside this time, though. Hanneman not able to make it clear of the 6 until he gets off of turn 2. Hanneman very clear now. Lap down car for Gregory Vadnais was right in the thick of it as the field came around. Will still holding off Hanneman at the front of the field. Andrews to the inside. Partly on Higginbotham, but partly on Fountaine. Fountaine ripping around the outside, trying to make that momentum work for him. 12 more laps to go in stage number 2. Higginbotham peeks the nose to the inside on the 6. And Fountaine will clear Andrews. Now dives to the inside on Higginbotham. Trying to make that happen down on the inside is Fountaine. He will clear up into P4 for Bryce Fountaine. And now Andrews still under attack here. He's got Tomlinson to the outside, as well as Helsel, who's right there in the number 5. Worked his way up into the top 10. Helsel looks to the inside, going to go 3 wide, bails out of that wisely. Very early on to be trying to make a move like that happen. And Tomlinson still trying to make it work around the outside. A little bit of contact with the wall that time, off of 2. But Mason will make the pass and get himself up to P6. Helsel looking to the inside on Andrews. See if he can make that pass happen. Door to door with Andrews down into turn 3. And Fahey looks to the inside as well. Fountaine content right now riding behind Nolan McClurg. He's not going to be, though. You know he wants to get to the front. He dives to the inside this time. Trying to clear contact, slight contact there with Nolan McClurg. As Fountaine kind of clears himself. He will get himself up into the 3rd spot. Six to go here in stage 2. Helsel did complete the pass over Andrews for 7th. Fahey got by as well as Ryan Koch. That's going to leave Andrews in the 10th and final stage point paying position. But he's under attack again here as Brandon Biddy looks to the inside, trying to get himself a stage point. Not able to make it happen there. Helsel has Fahey to the inside. He knows that car at the door, but off of 2 will lose a lot of that time. And Bryce able to get by Hanneman for 2nd. McClurg also able to do so. Now Higginbotham and Tomlinson both dive to the inside on the 85. And we've got a spinner there. I believe that was Brandon Biddy. The caution will fly here with 3 to go in the stage. So if I had to guess, that would be the stage break. can figure out exactly what it was that happened. Jose gets to the inside. Ooh, a hard tag there to the left quarter of the 2. And then a secondary shot for Biddy on the driver door. On the nose of that 41, all crumpled up. And yeah, everybody coming down pit road right now. So the 4th caution of the race will be the stage. Could we see some strategy out of the 43 in particular off of pit road? Andrew's going to get out in front. But nonetheless, William Kern does get stage number 2. So we will grab our Stage 2 winner, William Kern. Will, how's the car feeling so far? You've been up in the top 3 pretty much the whole night.
Yeah, it feels good. Again, I don't like this car.
No.
Just wanted to point that out. It had a rough couple weeks. First 2 races were pretty bad for me, so I'm just looking for a top 5 tonight, see if I can hang on. Car feels good. Do I have a winning car? I'd like to say yes, but I feel like I got at least a top 3.
Hey, a podium is always going to be good, especially with some good stage points tonight, 1st and 2nd in stage 1 and 2, respectively. So it's a good look for you here, and you know, going into the final stage, what's your plan of attack?
Pretty much the same thing I've been doing. Seems to be working. Just take care of my tires. Sun's starting to go down too, so the track should be cooling down a little bit, but tires are huge here, so that's the main thing.
Well, hopefully they don't put those option tires on the right-hand side for a track like Iowa, because you don't want to have a Bristol incident.
Yeah, 10-4.
So, all right. Well, Will, good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully we talk to you at the end.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Teammates finished 1-2 in that stage with Kern and Fountaine. Kern will have to battle back from the outside of the front row here as Andrews with a great pit stop got himself out front. Andrews has control of the field. Down into the restart zone we go. And a great restart there for Andrews, the bottom, with an incredible jump as Fountaine able to clear Kern as well. And when around goes the 6. Oh, and hard contact there for Nolan. A bunch of drivers involved as well. And that is a big wreck off the restart here for the 3rd stage. We got a lot to unpack here. So it starts off right here. Contact between Higginbotham and the 6. Higginbotham gets contact from behind as Hanneman gets into him. Hanneman also hitting the 6 car. At the 55, gets out into the outside wall. A hard shot by the 70 as well. Well, a hard shot from Tosh into the back of the 26 as well, as Natasha came into the wreck late there. Higginbotham, the 38 of Paul Jr. and the 46 of Ross Campoli, all involved there on the high side of that. And the 55, Nick Anderson, also involved in that one. A lot to unpack from that one there. And a lot of cars going to be going a lap down due to damage. Still got 100 laps to go here from Iowa. Plenty of race for all of these drivers. And the inside will have Andrews once again. As the pace car lights are off. Raymond Bell and Nick Anderson both still down pit road working on their cars. All right, pace car dives down. Andrews has control into the restart zone. He's going to rip away. Fontaine trying to get a great jump as well. And a green flag flew very high. A little bit loose there maybe from Kern. Here comes Tyler Helsel though. Helsel up to P4, up 12 spots from the start of the race. Helsel's got 2 race wins so far. Trying to make it a third as he gets up to the top 5. Brandon Biddy sits in P8 right now. In the pink deuce. Once again supporting breast cancer awareness. Three-horse race out front as Andrews does lead the way. Ooh, shot to the wall there from Fontaine. Kern going to get by Fontaine there for P2. And now seems like as good a time as any to crank it up. Few laps there from the drivers. On board there with Jose Mercado sitting P8. Just got by Ryan Koch for that position. While we were doing that, Andrews now fallen back to the third position as William Kern gets back out to the race lead with Bryce Fontaine now running P2. Mason Tomlinson up to P4. Helsel, two-time race winner so far, rounding out the top 5. He's under attack here from Fahey. Looking at the inside, the 55 of Anderson also there, but is a lapped car. Chris Romano under attack here, or attacking actually. Ryan Koch has fallen back to him. The 07 and the 51 battling for P13. Right in front of Romano is Ty Higginbotham. In the 45, he's been at the top of the field for a lot of the race, but right now finds himself sitting P12 after the incident at the last caution. Trying to work his way back up into the top 10. He's got Brandon Biddy in front of him, trying to chase him down. Fahey has gotten by Helsel for P5. And he looks to try to run away. Mercado has inserted himself in the picture here, as well as Jose has gotten himself right there on Helsel, trying to find a way by the number 5. And Brandon Biddy just got by the 47 of Troy Burke to get himself back up into the top 10. Higginbotham trying to find his way back up there as well. 45 looking for a way around. Higginbotham looks to the outside on Burke, and he is going to complete that pass for 11th now, turning his sights back on the 2 of Biddy, trying to get back into the top 10. Sanders, he blinked out there. That's what the highlight. Ryan McClurg, who's worked his way back up into the top 10 as well. The 43 car started out front, led all of stage 1. The penalty put him back in the Hornet's nest, and he's worked his way back up. And the caution's out. Not sure why. See if we can figure it out. Well, that's a pretty good sign of what might have happened. Breaks loose off a 2. Spins it. Ooh, some contact there with the outside wall. Yeah, and the right front of that car is big time damaged for Bell as the caution flew. And here comes the field down pit road. See what these guys do on pit road. Battle off pit road. Kern gets out in front. Fountaine P2, the top 3. Really the top 6. Standing pat from where they were. 71 laps to go. This is our 6th caution of the event for 23 laps so far. And Will leads the way. Looks like Vadnais and Anderson are going to get a lap back here via wave around. Pace car lights go off. This time we'll go green flag racing once again. Pace car dives off, and William Kern has control once again. Into the restart zone, and green flag flies. Will with a good jump. Fontaine will have to try to make do on the outside and take down Andrews. Exit speed great there for Fontaine. He'll clear for P2. Battles on for 4th. Helsel on the attack on the inside. Battling with Tomlinson there for that 4th spot. Fahey looking around the outside. He's going to clear Mercado right behind this duo in front of him. And Helsel will clear. Fahey will now look to the inside. Not going to get the quarter panel. Going to continue to try to go onto the attack there, though. Mercado and Biddy. A slight battle there between the two of them for P7. As Biddy dives to the inside. He will clear Mercado. Mercado falling back into the clutches of the pole sitter as Ryan McClurg up to P9. Still a good battle going on here for 4th as Helsel defending from Tomlinson. Four and the 5 flip-flopped on the track for position. And right behind Tomlinson is Brandon Biddy, who is under attack here from Fahey. Actually, other way around. I believe Fahey was in the position of 6th, and Biddy trying to take it away from him. All that momentum on the high side keeps the driver of Mike Fahey in this race for that 6th spot. Now Biddy will fall in line. Now Mercado goes on the attack on the inside of Biddy. looking to get back in front of the 2 car. And contact between the 41 and the 2. Back up across the field. And the 2 of Biddy. A hard shot there. Oh, and nowhere for Campoli to go. And the 2's right front definitely busted there. Take a look here from the far chase. Biddy comes down just a little bit, but some contact there between himself and Mercado. Mercado, another tap right there, sends the 2 around. Back up across the field, right by Ryan McClurg. The 63 makes contact, so Randall Peasley involved. And Higginbotham gets a little bit loose down there as well. And Higginbotham comes back down across the track in front of Koch. Hanneman avoids that. The shot there, we missed it here, but we saw it live. As he rolled back down across the track, Campoli had nowhere to go. And the nose of that 46 went square into the 2 car. Kern, Fontaine, and Andrews still sitting in the top 3. Field's gonna double file here. On lap number 119. One lead change seems wrong, seeing as how we've had multiple leaders, but okay. Pace car down pit road and then into the restart zone we go. Green flag flies. A great jump there for the inside lane as Andrews will get in front of Fontaine for P2. And there's a wreck happening in the back. Maybe not. Maybe just some contact with the wall or something. Helsel's gotten up to P3 in front of Fontaine. Single file for most of the guys at the front. Obtain trying to get back into the third place. Mercado looking to work his way back up through the field as he gets loose off of turn 2 there. Inside wall gets some contact from the 41 car. And Kern getting out to a decent lead here right now. Out to about 7/10 over Andrews. And Hanneman's been working his way back up through the field as well. Saw him pit not that long ago. He sits P9. Been working his way back up. Slowly but surely. And Joseph Hebert's going to get by Justin Lanier there. Those two were battling for 13th. The 88's going to get clear, no problems at all. Higginbotham trying to reel Hanneman in. Higginbotham's been quick all evening. Was up in the top 5 for a good portion of the race. Up the running order. There goes Ryan McClurg looking to the inside on Fahey. Mike Fahey going to be able to defend from the outside for P6. A little over 40 laps to go here in the race. And a great battle brewing for 6th. Looks like McClurg will make the pass and complete it there. The 43 car back up into P6, and he's got his sights set on the top 5. Going to dive deep into the inside on Tomlinson for the top 5 position. And again, dive deep down there in turns 1 and 2. Tomlinson not going to give it up, though, on the outside. Battling back. A lot of momentum off of corner exit out of turn 2. Up at the front. Will's got traffic in front of him, just one car. But he's got a mirror full of the 97. Andrews is looking to make himself that second car to have a ticket punched to the playoff. And has done a great job of keeping himself up at the front of the field. Helsel also starting to slowly reel in these top two. This time around, he should be able to get that gap underneath the full 1 second mark to the race lead. And then Tomlinson, Ryan McClurg, and Fahey all in a trio around the top 5 still. McClurg, though, the middle of that. He's fallen back just a little bit on Tomlinson, back into the clutches of Fahey. Fahey looking around the outside. And he will complete the pass for P6 and get that spot back. Kern and Andrews still leading the way. Romano on fresh tires, a lap down. Andrews going to try to use the lap car to his advantage to try to make the pass happen for the race lead. Romano going to rip away on the outside. Will not able to close the door on Andrews. He'll be able to here, though, as he clears. Came fully down pit road that time, right in front of the race leader. Andrews looks back to the inside, trying to make the pass for the race lead once again. Kern defending very well on the outside line. Continuing to battle are the top two, allowing Helsel and Fontaine to reel them back in as well. Kern going to relinquish the position for now. Andrews back to the race lead. These guys probably going to have to pit rather soon, I would imagine. .31 to go here from Iowa. And Andrews has really expanded that gap. Half a second over P2, William Kern. Right in front of the race leader is Jose Mercado in the 41. Sounds like Jose trying to save fuel still. clear there. 28 laps to go here. When will this lead group come down pit road? Fahey came down this last time around. It's top 7, still to pit. Still nobody from the top 5 going down. And Koch on the outside. He hits the wall there out of turn 4. Yeah, here comes Andrews down pit road this time. Lead goes back to William Kern. 25 to go. From Iowa, Helsel and Fontaine still battling it out for what's now P2. Helsel slowing, looks like he's going down pit road. We're going to give that P2 to Fontaine, which will leave us with, I believe, only the 3, because Koch coming down as well, still to pit. Kern, sketchy there with the lap car of Vadnais. Smoke is about the last thing anybody wants to see. As Tomlinson going to get by Fontaine. Not sure if Bryce tried to go down pit road or what happened. Helsel coming out this time right now. Koch going to be right behind him, but Will staying out still. To his inside is the 43 of Ryan McClurg. While the lap down cars right now, P4 is Ray Hanneman. Hanneman should be the net race leader. Is Fontaine coming down pit road this time? We'll see if he has a speeding penalty out of that or not. Doesn't look like it. So that'll leave Will and Tomlinson still to pit. Oh, and Mercado. Mercado calling out the yellow flag. Not sure exactly what happened to the 41. We're going to go back and take a look. Breaking loose out of turn 4. Oh, just gets tagged from the 47. Not exactly sure what happened there. It was a drive-by. Really not sure what happened there. 47 shouldn't have had any issues there. And just doors the 41 down the front straightaway, and that loops Mercado back onto the racing surface, and caution flies. The ones that really helped, the 2 guys that were still on the lead lap needing to pit. Kern and Tomlinson. Everybody else will likely stay out and get the wave around. But that'll mean track position galore for Tomlinson and Kern. They will be at the front of the field. And it'll be lap down cars who don't take the wave around behind them, and then all of these drivers at the front of the field who still have to get the wave around. Looks like the drivers from 4th through 12th, at the very least, will get their lap back to be on the lead lap. And Fontaine will be the last one coming around to be on the lead lap with all of that. Let's take a look at race recap. 8 cautions so far, 31 laps under the caution. And we are on lap 159. Which means we're going to have about 15 to go here when we go back to green flag. This should be the wave arounds for everybody. Maybe not. Yeah, this will be the wave arounds. They're gonna have to hustle. They're gonna have to hustle to get back around, because the race leader is in turn 3 right now. Yeah, the lights came back on. I was going to say that would have been bad for everybody. So one more time around. And the worst part for Hanneman is he is going to have to let everybody by. So he'll be restarting in the 12th position. So this should be green flag, which means we are going to have $14 to go. As the pace car dives down. Field in the hands of William Kern. He rips away. Green flag flies. 14 to go. Tomlinson looks for the crossover. Down the backstretch. Will's able to defend for now. Ryan McClure trying to find his way through. Higginbotham as well, trying to fight his way back towards the front of the field. A little bit of contact there between the 07 and the 88. Out front, Will has started to separate a little bit over Tomlinson. 4/10 the gap. P3 Fahey is to the inside of the 38. That's a lap down car. Fahey will clear, looking to try to get his way back into contention for maybe the top 2. Andrews, same deal. Helsel top 5 right now. Fontaine dives deep into turn 3, trying to draw back McClurg. Fontaine sits in 7th right now. Caution is out. And it's 24 once again. The left rear of that car busted up. Figure out exactly what happened. Not really sure exactly how that happened. I mean, we see the contact between himself and the 85. Yeah, just a really hard shot. Sent him down onto the apron, and then just back up across the track. And Vadnais' car parked on pit road. And that got Campoli back onto the lead lap. Ninth caution of the evening. Lap 168, so it'll be probably about a 4-lap, 5-lap shootout here at the end. One downside for Will there is all those lead lap cars are going to be there now, so it is not just a 2-horse race at the front for the first couple of laps. Will's led 111 laps on the evening so far. He's been pretty much leading it, except for the handful of laps that were led there by Andrews in the 3rd stage. Maybe a couple in the 2nd stage. Can't remember exactly. I think it was all in the 3rd stage. And then the 1st stage exclusively led by the 43 of Ryan McClurg. Ryan back up into 6th position after the penalty and has been battling his way back towards the front as much as he can. This time by the pace car should be turning the lights off on top of it. Indeed it does. So with that, lap 170, we have 5-lap shootout here to finish the 3rd race for ERC NASCAR. Been a pretty good race here. A few more cautions again than I think we were expecting. We are ready to go racing here for what we hope will be the final time. Pace car dives down pit road. Field in the hands of William Kern. Green flag flies. He rips away on the bottom. Pulling him back in, though, was Tomlinson, just a touch. You know the aggression level going to be up at 100%. Everybody trying to get everything they can out of these last 5 laps. Will leads the way. 4 to go here from Iowa. Back here for third. To the inside goes Andrews, looking to try to make a move. Helsel almost followed the Fahey into the wall. I was going to say the 17. He is the 17. He's got the 19 on the car right now. A little bit of contact there for a handful of drivers. 3 to go. Andrews looks to the inside still. Fahey battling hard around the outside. A great battle for the final step of the podium. And don't look now, Ryan McClurg also looking for a spot. More contact to the outside wall for Fahey. And to the inside goes Helsel. He'll clear for 4th. McClurg looks to get back in the top 5. He'll do that as well. Fontaine looking to get into the top 5 as well, though. Fahey falling back after the damage he's been getting. White flag this time by for the race leader. William Kern sees the white flag. One more trip around. Battle still on there for 4th. Helsel holds it. Fontaine may look to take the top 5 away from McClurg as well, but this time off of turn 4. No one's going to catch him. He's led most of the laps. William Kern will win from Iowa. All right, we'll take a quick look at the results as we let that rewind a little bit and see if we can get some of the drivers there. Your race winner, the number 31 of William Kern. Mason Tomlinson gets that second step of the podium, and Jack Andrews rounding out that top 3. Andrews did a good job all night of battling in and around the top 10 to top 5. Helsel will finish in the 4th position, so 2 wins and a top 5. Not a bad start to the season for the number 5 car. Bryce Fontaine gets 5th place after being caught down the lap there, having to get the wave around to get back into position. Mike Fahey finishes in 6th. Ryan Koch in 7th. Ty Higginbotham 8th. Joseph Hebert in 9th. Ryan McClurg, your pole sitter, he ends up in 10th position after spinning off of turn 4 on the final lap. Chris Romano in the 51 finishes 11th, with Ross Campoli rounding out 12th place. And then we've got Justin Lanier in 13th. Ray Hanneman 14th. Paul Jr. in 15th. Troy Burke 16th. Natasha in 17th place, with Jose Mercado in 18th. Continuing on down the list. We left off with 18th with Jose Mercado. So 19th, Randall Peasley. 20th goes to Chris Walsh in the number 83. Corey Rayner in 21st, with Gregory Vadney in 22nd. Nicholas Anderson in 23rd position. Tyler Manning, 24th. Brandon Biddy in 25th. Nolan McClurg in the 6th car finishes in 26th, with Raymond Bell finishing 27th. Chad Stewart in 28th. And C.D. Mangrum not able to get his car onto the grid. Some technical issues there for Mangrum. He finishes in 29th. So we are just waiting on the 3rd place car. Doesn't look like he's in a call right now, so we'll just grab our 2nd place finisher. Not seeing 3rd place right now, so we'll just grab you, Mason. Finishes in 2nd place, and I think that's the second place finish you've got on the season so far. Take me through your race. How do you feel after the 175 laps here from Iowa?
I don't know. I kind of went back and forth. Like the first stage, I roasted my right front, and I lost some spots. I'm sure you guys saw that. Second stage, I did a lot better, but the cautions helped. And then that last run, I somehow did it right in the long run. I felt like I was kind of catching Kern and the leaders that whole run, and then the caution came out. When Bryce pitted, I almost chased him down there, and I was like, nah, one more lap. I was going to stick to my plan, and kind of got lucky with that. I mean, if I had pitted 5 seconds earlier, I would have been screwed, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes the caution falls at the right time for you, you know?
But even on those end runs right there, my right front was roasted because I set my fastest lap with Kern there on one of them restarts, and he was had a super fast short run car, man. I could do it for a lap or two, and then I was about to wreck trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm happy to.
Let's say definitely better to keep the car in good working condition and take home a 2nd place finish. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw on that first restart of when I crossed him over, I hit that bump coming off turn 2, and I about wrecked us both. It scared the crap out of me, but it worked out, and I was happy with the top 10 or top 5 tonight. That's my first race here, really. So, and tire management was an issue for me when usually it's not. So that was new.
I say that's one of the things I've known you to be very good at is tire and fuel management. So the fact that you're saying that you were burning the right front off of it, I don't think anybody could get away from burning the right front off of it unless you were super saving, basically.
Yeah, and I don't like to make excuses, but I am running a G29. I'm sure if I spent some money, I could handle a long run a little better. But you also got to do it right and be patient.
Yeah.
So
not a bad race for you overall. How you feeling about next week at Sonoma?
Once again, a top 10 or top 5 with that one's going to be, I'll be happy. I usually figure out those road courses in the last 15 laps, and you got to be in a good spot to do anything with that, you know, and stay out of trouble, people wrecking in front of you and stuff. And I just hope to finish the race, really.
Yeah. Just be a tortoise when it comes to the road courses. That's my my mindset. So
yeah, I don't know. That's probably where this good run's going to come to a screeching halt. I'm going to be honest.
Never know, man. You never know.
Yeah.
I think
hopefully
the last time that I saw you race on Sonoma, didn't you still have your broken hand?
Yes, I did, and that was not fun.
I can imagine.
But, you know, that's all right turns, and it was my right hand, so like shifting coming off a corner and stuff was not easy. So
clean bill of health going into this one, so this should be a little bit better for you, I would say.
Yeah, hopefully. So I'm gonna have to run some practice laps on that for sure.
Awesome. Well, anybody you'd like to shout out before we let you go, Mason?
Oh, my teammates and you guys for doing all the hard work on the broadcast and stuff. I know that's a lot. My pregnant girlfriend for supporting me, and yeah, just everyone that puts this on, man. It's been fun so far, and I'm lucky to have some good finishes. It's a tough league, so it's been fun.
All right. Well, congratulations on the 2nd place finish, Mason. We'll catch you later.
Thank you, sir.
That's P2 Mason Tomlinson. We do have our 3rd place finisher now, And here he is, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. We didn't get the rugby kick into the stands tonight, but Jack, not a bad run for you. You were in the top 5 and top 10 for most of the race, led some laps. How you feeling after the race here from Iowa?
Yeah, a little disappointed. I think we were in for a better result, but it is what it is. I'm glad that we showed a bit more pace than what I had in qualifying. I was a bit nervous to see what it would be because I've done a race here before and it wasn't the best. So glad to show that, and I was more surprised that 2 tires seem to work quite often, which was very interesting.
That is a surprise. I didn't think that. I know that you had used some strategy, some tire strategy earlier in the race to get the track position because you had fallen back quite a bit. So was that the 2-tire stop that you used to try to get that track position?
Yeah, so I think it was stage 2 or might have been the first stage, but we dropped to about 10th or 11th, and I thought that trying to get the track position was more important. So the 2 tires were chucked on the car, and the left sides were still like 90%. So I think we just cruised with that, and it seemed to work pretty well. And that last long green flag run that unfortunately got cut short due to the caution, we took 2 there as well just to continue on with that trend.
It seemed like it was working then because you were able to maintain pace with drivers who'd been out front for most of the race after you got up there. Will, I think he led over 115 laps or so. It was something like that. So, I mean, he was, consistently out front, and you were able to hang with him and make some passes on him. So how important, I mean, track position's always important in these cars, especially with the aero push and all that. But how important was it when you got out front, just being able to keep Will behind you and keep him close when he did get by?
Yeah, that was key. I wasn't going to fight both he and Bryce too hard because obviously I knew they were on 4 tires. So I thought if I could just let them go and look after the right sides a little bit, I might be able to stay with them. And to my surprise, I stayed with them quite well, which ended up helping in the long run. Just as you said, just keeping the nose cleaner than being in the pack, which was much nicer to drive in.
And next week we go to some road course racing. We're going to Sonoma. How you feeling about Sonoma?
I am excited, man. I am very hyped to drive the new Sonoma. I think it'll be very nice and quite fun.
Now, you're more of a road course guy. Am I right on that one?
Yeah. I only started doing ovals about a year ago.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Then you've had some good runs here in the oval so far. So yeah, and I think that's pretty much everything I got for you. How anybody like to shout out before we let you go? Then I think Jack.
Just you guys that do the broadcast and the Eternal crew for putting on the series. It's a fun series to race in, and I really enjoy it.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. You've got the whole day ahead of you here, Jack. So we'll let you go. Congratulations on the top 3, and we'll catch you next week at Sonoma.
Yeah, no worries, man. Have a good night.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, won stage 2, second place in stage 1, and I think you led like something around like 115 to 120 of those laps. How you feeling after the race win here, William Kern?
I'd never called that, to be honest with you. I'm just as shocked as you are, especially at a track like this. I'm pretty decent on short tracks, man, but this track it's so bumpy. It's old. The tires just get torn up so bad here. So no practice all week here. It's kind of the way I'm running this league, just coming in and let her rip and see what happens. So seems to be working out. I'll take it. Like I said, the past 2 weeks were pretty rough. So I'll definitely take the win. I'm locked into the playoffs now. And I guess we'll just take whatever we can get the next races till we get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean that was a big deal for you. I know you said that you didn't feel super confident on winning tonight. You felt like you had maybe a top 3 to top 5 car. You really separated yourself out there later in that third stage, though. You showed that you really had one of the more dominant cars. You weren't really being contested by anybody other than Bryce and Jack. Jack was able to get by you. Were you surprised at the dominance from the car tonight? Yes.
Yeah, not even gonna take a minute to think about that, but yes. Honestly, not the last restart, but the one before that, there was a lot of wave arounds. I ended up staying out as long as I possibly could, and I'm glad I did. Caution ended up coming out, got new tires and everything, and I think one thing that helped me out on that restart where there were a lot of lap cars in between me and the guys that got the wave around, so that helped out quite a bit. And then obviously we got that last restart, and I just had to make sure I hit all my lines and run as hard as I could because Mason was knocking at my door, and once I felt like I had a good gap on him, I kind of laid back a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely didn't want to push it too hard and get loose and lose the
Correct.
car. So I noticed that you were doing a very good job of maintaining gaps all night. Was that something that was like very critical in the back of your mind for the whole race?
Yeah, these things are aero sensitive, no matter where you are. Even these short tracks, they're aero sensitive. I wanted either a gap way out front, or if somebody got by me like the 97 did. And I can't. I'm sorry, I can't remember who won the first stage, but he was out in front of me too. I just wanted to make sure I had at least a few car lengths between me and the leader, or me and the guy behind, just because of how aero sensitive it is. So.
Yeah. Well, you've got the race win under your belt, locked yourself into the playoffs. Next week we go to Sonoma. The last time I saw you at Sonoma was not such a good race for you. So, in these cars anyway, how
In these cars, not so much. Actually, I ran pretty darn decent, but Sonoma's another tough track. Like, it's very, very bouncy, a lot of bumps, and then obviously, like, you're cresting hills, and you got to know exactly where everything is when you crest them hills. These things are really rear end sensitive too, man. Like, if you get on the throttle even a tiny bit too much, especially on a track like Sonoma, you're spinning it. So I'm gonna play it safe, hope for the best, keep it on the track. And last time I was actually at Sonoma was in the Gen 6 car, and that was actually my very first road course win this season. So I will see if I can get maybe a top 5 at least.
Well, that's all you can ask for, I would say. And yeah, after that we go to Texas. I know how much we all love Texas, right?
Yeah, everybody likes that. Everybody's good at Texas. Everybody's good at Charlotte. It's just some tracks. But, Sonoma next week, I don't know a lot of these guys, but one guy I do know that loves Sonoma. Like, the guy can run it backwards if he wanted to because he's done it before, was Bryce. So we'll see if my teammate can do anything next week, and wish him the best. Hopefully he wins it. If, as long as everybody keeps it clean, I think, like I said, hopefully if I bring it home top 5.
Yeah. Well, anybody you'd like to shout out before we let you go, Will?
Yeah, I appreciate you up in the booth, man. I know what it takes to broadcast these things, so I appreciate you being up there every week. Always got to thank the wife, the kids rooting me on, and my sponsors, man. Pride and Trust Painting, Red Jacket Orchards, and Shanko Diecast.
Awesome. All right. Well, congratulations on the win, locking yourself into the playoffs, Will. We'll catch you next week at Sonoma.
Awesome, man. Have a good night.
You too. That is the race winner. And an excellent racing night for him. He was very dominant all evening, kept himself clean out front and out of everybody's, really out of everybody's sights. He kept it personally close, but dominance all around. Over 100 laps led of the 175 for Will. So a good race here from Iowa for him, and all the other drivers that finished in the top 5 had great runs as well. So that's going to do it for us here from Iowa and Eternal Racing Championship. We go to the road course at Sonoma, out to California next week. So we will catch you then, same time, same place on Friday nights for ERC NASCAR. My name is Matthew Chase. We will catch you then.